Good morning, everyone. It's Evelyn. This is Twin Flames 3344. And I wanted to tell you about the energies today. Well, first of all, I'm feeling very excitable today. I have personal reasons to feel that way, but I'm trying to remember, even with excitement, you need to stay more balanced, because if you raise your energies too high, then they're going to drop too low. So just a reminder to stay balanced and do some things that help you to stay balanced and grounded. So I feel like I need a little grounding right now, so you might feel the same way. But it is a beautiful day, and I am excited. I finally finished my songs to download my CD to get published. So I'm actually going to be loading that to that website when I'm done this. So that's very exciting. But in dealing with my music, some new little messages came through. First of all, from doing cards this morning, I had an epiphany about the masculine, that they're discovering that in order to be truly inspired as opposed to passionate, he must gain mastery over his emotions, not push them down. He's been changing from the King of Swords and the King of Wands and the King of Pentacles to the King of Cups. And I've been wondering, because the King of Cups has been coming up a lot lately. Not always upright, but just all of a sudden this King of Cups is coming up all the time, whereas before he was more the King of Wands and the King of Pentacles and the King of Swords. Now he's coming up the King of Cups. It's changing into his heart space. But he's learning to master that. Also noticed this morning in doing my own reading that masculine was coming up with all major arcana in actually a couple different reads, all majors, and they were positive majors actually. I actually think they're ahead of us right now. I think that the feminine has to catch up as far as just some last bits of financial things getting in order or finishing up. But yeah, financial things on the feminine side, and the masculine in my situation, doing my personal cards this morning, was the Emperor in their power, and with other cards coming. The Lovers came up, the Two of Cups came up on my side, so some really positive energies there. Yeah, and I want to continue on. I had told you about some pictures that my daughter ended up drawing in the notebook that I'm using for my journaling, just accidentally. And these are pictures from 20 years ago or so, kind of prophesizing things. So when going through my music this morning, I have another notebook that I wrote lyrics in, and I have things in there from back to the 80s. And there's more pictures in there from my daughter. So I wanted to show you that. And even more so, reading my old lyrics, some of the songs that I wrote in the 80s and 90s. You're old to my twin. I'm going to read you a few of those lyrics. What I found in my lyrics that my daughter had written. I don't know how clear this is going to get. Let's see. I don't know how clear. It's coming up like nothing on there. Look at that. And you can see some of the letters underneath. I'm sorry it's not coming into focus. This is an older computer. It's not. Sorry about the background noise too. It's just that it's an older computer. But it says God at the top because she had listed different people, and God was the last one she listed. And then underneath it says one. And then she was trying to write some letters. I think it says like a J and an H and then an O and then an N. But this that she wrote in my lyrics book is, I counted the pages, and it's on page 23. And if you go back to some of my videos, you'll see that there's a picture of my father and I walking hand in hand, and the shirt that I have on it's 23. And 23, for some reasons, always come up in my life, and I've never been sure why. But it's come up a couple times as being significant. So I'm wondering what the 23rd might bring. So, and then I'm gonna pull some cards from my decks for all the twin flames. Let's see. All right. So these are some of my lyrics from a long time ago. This one I have dated as December 1988. And it's called Living Inside My Heart. And the lyrics go, bring me light in my life, bring me truth in my death. I need to know all the wonders of life because I'm living inside my heart. Living inside my heart. Bring me down to my knees, make me beg if you please. I need to know all the answers right now because I'm living inside my heart. Living inside my heart. Seek the truth and you shall find the time is right for two of a kind. But no one knows the trouble I've seen, the questions profound. But I don't hear a sound from you answering to my heart, answering to my heart. Bring me love in my life, I don't need things, they bring strife. I need to know what heaven and hell are doing living inside my heart. Living inside my heart and spirit's connecting with me, living inside my heart. Living inside my heart with you. That's December 88. And then this one is December 89. It's called Whispering Winds. Sweet whispering winds, do you hear my call tonight? The feeling is so sad and the time is never right. To forget about the time we had, forget about the pain I have. It's over, I'm so sad to say. I'm sorry it had to end this way. But life has a way of laughing while we pray. To give us everything we want, then take it all away. But we do it to ourselves when we find a dusty shelf to fill our dreams. It isn't what it seems. I'm sorry I took away your dreams, but I was searching for myself and searching for a friend, and you weren't there, and I tried so hard to bend. I'm sorry, but it's over. I'm so sad to say. I'm sorry I took it all away. I'm sorry, so sorry. I'm sorry, so sorry. I'm so sad. Then, let's see, what's the third one I wanted to do? Now this one was 1991, the year my son was born. And I wrote this to my son, but even this one applies. So I was going to read this. It's called Chew's Lullaby. My son's name is Matthew, but his nickname was always Chew because he couldn't say his name fully. The first time I heard you, I couldn't believe my ears. The first time I saw you, my eyes were full of tears. The years, the fears. The first time you saw me, you needed me so much, and all that I could think about was how I need to touch you. And then it's my Chew. It's you, my Chew. And all that we are made of is whispered in the years. We fight back all the hatred, first the anger, then the fears. And here we are once again saying hello to all our friends, and everything I am is summed up in your eyes. I finally found what's right. I finally found what's right. The first time I held you, I couldn't let you go. All the time I'd thought about it, heaven only knows. And we grow, and so, and know that we don't know. And here we are in time, and Spirit's connecting with me again, choosing to cross a line, knowing that we found the truth only just to find. But here we are once again, making amends to all our friends. And everything I am is summed up in your eyes. The stars are out tonight. I finally found what's right. I'll never pick a fight. I'm filled with all your sight. I'll always hold him close and teach him of the white light. Teach him all I know. I'll just turn out the light and say good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. And then the fourth song. This is April 1997, and I titled it, You Know. Something I must tell you, on the day that I was born, they made you. And no matter what you say or do, you cannot change this crazy way I feel for you. All this time that I've known you, I could never look into your eyes, and now I know exactly why. Because when I did, my heart opened wide. When I did, I saw me deep inside. When I did, I saw love and pain, and it's all the same, except now there's nothing is for certain. Nothing is for sure. But I know this is my curtain call, and you are the show. You know how I'm feeling. I have never known a passion this revealing. And when you should go away, I'll survive, but I must say, I'll never know another love like this. And if you should find that you love me, my life would open up more than your greatest fantasy. 'Cause no one knows what I do, and no one knows what I can show you. You know. And just a couple more. Let's see. Okay, and this one was dated 1998, and it's called On and On. Who are you? Where am I? Didn't know there was a place or a night we'd be alive. Did you know I was your friend? Did you know this could be the end? Did you know this love could last forever? Did you know I think of you? Did you know I run from you too? Did you know my heart lingers on? Did you know my heart was ill when you first met me? Did you know you were my distraction naturally? Did you know he gave me such pain I just wanted to die? Did you know if I gave you power it would be a lie? Did you know I think of you? Did you know I run from you too? Do you know my heart lingers on and on and on and on? Just one more question, because I'm not sure which one of you was pure, and why does life teach us to be such, or to beseech the ones that we love, the ones we dream of? Did you know you can't be alone? You work so much you'd end up lonely. You need a family. Did you know I was your friend? Did you know this could be the end? And did you know this love could last forever? Did you know that I think of you? Did you know I run from you too? Did you know my heart lingers on and on and on and on and on? And then this one. This one was from May 98. Do you believe in fairy tales? Do you believe in love? Do you believe in everything? And if you don't let it show. Do you believe I love you, and do you ever know? Because if you don't, I'm giving up on love. I was finding it hard to believe that true love was for me. I had been all I was supposed to be, but all it gave me was heartache and pain. The love that they gave just wasn't the same. I was giving up slowly. I found peace in my TV. I just thought that's the way it's going to be. And then I didn't understand the way my soul put down its hand to me. I knew him well. If only I could break the spell. He owned me. If only I knew the game. Don't tell me I don't know my name. What a shame. Well, it's been such a long year, and I had so much to do. I didn't have the strength to see it through. Kiss the floor and bear the pain. My mind and soul were never the same. Then it got a little easier. I learned to tough it through. Pain is such an easy thing to do. And then a strange man smiled at me. He broke the spell and made me see. Okay. And then this one is, what about me? What's with the words I love you? What do they exactly mean? Didn't I give you everything you need? What about me? Are all my dreams a luxury? How could you begin to only see what's in me if you can't afford to give me what's in you? So where are my white roses, and where are my red hearts, and surprises and support and belief in a rapport that nothing's impossible? What about me? Are all my dreams so far from me? How can you begin to know just what can be if you can't see what you're taking away from me? And now can you know what is real when you can express what you feel? And how can you learn to give when you don't even know I'd give my life so that you could live? Did you know I'd die for you? Would you do that too? Do that for me. When will someone be that for me? I wait for my white horse to come to be. Then I'll know he wants to make me happy. He lives to make me smile. And I just have, I think, 2 more that I wanted to read. 8. Alrighty. This one's called A Wedding Prayer. Baby, I thought that maybe you'd be the one to hold my hand and walk in the sun. Baby, I thought that maybe you'd make me happy forever. Crazy about you. Really, it's so amazing what love is. How did I know it would be so, that I could never let you go? Baby, I feel like a lady when you're standing next to me, gazing lovingly. Lately, it feels so fately that we should be as one, and life has begun. Would you love me and spirits connecting with me? Would you love me today and tomorrow with God above us? Will you stay? Baby, I feel so lazy when I'm lying in your arms, taking in your charms. One day you'll understand me, and you won't take in the gray, 'cause I will always stay. And here's the last one I'm going to read to you. It's called Like No Other, and this was from November 99. Some say it's a love like no other. Some say it's a dream I can't achieve. Some say I should stick to what I know of. It's not for me. The world will chew you up. It's not for me. The world has not grown up. But what for me, if they could see, but they don't let me? Some say you can't climb that mountain, and some say you'll drown in that sea. But I have drowned in my own ocean. I'm a better me. The world will chew you up, but I'm still me. I'll help the world grow up. I'll help to be what we all need like no other. I'll be the world's lover like no other. I'll help out my brothers like no other. I'll find a way to repair what is broken, unspoken. Unknown is not wrong. We must be strong. Some say we will not find the answer. Some say you will dream your life away. Just take some steps in the right direction. It's not for them to say, I finally found my way. In spite of those who say, I'll never find my way. I wish for those that may find the courage to make a stand. Prepare a plan and make a stand for every man. Find the God within you, and you'll find you. So I thought that was all very profound and all very directed to my current journey. Every one of them. And I'm going to one more. This was coming up into, I think, July of 2002. Just when you meet her, she'll wonder why. Because she knows that you'll leave her dry. And then the memory of how it used to be bring back the thoughts of yearning to be free. Then when you love her, she'll wonder why. Why must the whole world watch him lie? And then the memory of how it used to be bring back the thoughts of what he means to me. And when you leave her, she'll wonder why. Why does the whole world need to see my pride? And then the memory of how it used to be bring back the thoughts that she is me. So when you die, I'll wonder why. Why does the whole world have to sit and watch me cry? And then the memory of what it could be bring back the thoughts that have haunted me. So when you meet her, look into her eyes, and Spirit's connecting with me again. Tell her she means everything and don't ask why, so that the memory can be good to me and thoughts of you set me free. Okay. And now I'm going to pull some cards from my decks for you. And today's journal picture from my daughter was the happy face. Happy day. Okay. So first I'm going to pull from the Universal Golden Tarot. Tarot, whatever you want to call it. I'm just looking over all the little drawings that my daughter had drawn in my lyrics book. Reminded me of so many things about her. She used to walk in her sleep and sleep talk and see spirits. This is the Nine of Swords. Okay, so actually that came up amidst a lot of good cards this morning also. So it's not necessarily a bad thing as far as, worrying and all that kind of thing. It's the 9, it is the end. But it's just a reminder to, get out of your head and get in your heart. Okay? All right, this is still your thoughts. Trying to conquer your own thoughts. I think that's representative too of the masculine. 3 cards just dropped out. This card is very representative of the masculine. They've always felt the need to be in control and conquer and win at all costs. And they've stepped on some toes along the way, and maybe not meaning to, but even when they come into their heart and they come into their King of Cups, as I said earlier, there's still going to be some of the old stuff come up now and then, and the feminine has to be ready for that, to know it's not real. It's just kind of, some of the dregs coming up from how it always was. It doesn't mean it's who they are. So just a reminder for that. And definitely masculine, because the 3 cards that just dropped out, okay, we have the Emperor there, and then the King of Swords and the King of Wands. So very interesting that I had brought up that he's leaving all these personas behind for the King of Cups. Even the Emperor, because he tends to be in control. And one of the cards I also got this morning was the masculine needing to let go of control issues. So these kings are specifically the man of passion, the man of logic, and the Emperor. And really that has to do with all their control issues, or your control issues if you're the masculine. It really is about you coming into your King of Cups and being the loving man, as opposed to the controlling man, or the player, the passionate man, having control over your passions and your thoughts and your career, because you guys have come up the King of Pentacles a lot. It's about being the King of Cups and having mastery over your emotions, but not being afraid of them, not pushing them back down, but actually dealing with them and coming into them. And the bottom of the deck now is the Justice card. So there may be some contracts completed. I don't know if anyone's divorcing, there may be divorces coming through, or some kind of divine justice. But it's bringing things into balance. Okay, that's the underlying energy. And then this is my numerology deck. That was those 2 swords cards were, it's just reminders to let go of the thought processes. There's always going to be a little bit that comes back up that we need to transmute and purge. So 5s and 9s. 9s are endings, but it's also universal selflessness. So when you're feeling that way in your head like that, It's really healing to go and help others, because that's the meaning of 9. It's of endings, and that's when you feel that pain and not wanting to detach from things, but it's also about universal selflessness. So when you go out and serve, it actually takes you out of your head and helps you heal. Okay? And this is healing. It's blue. Now, blue is is the throat chakra, but it's also the third eye, because that's indigo. And blue is actually a lighter. The throat chakra is actually a lighter blue. But it's about healing, peace. It's 66, so it's double sixes. And 6 is love, family, community, service, practical service, the things of every day. But it's also a 3. 66 adds to 12 and then reduces to 3. So 3 is about communication, self-expression, expressing yourself the way you want to, being free to express yourself. And it has to do with socializing, siblings, and coming together to do things, to build things, to love. So it's a healing day. It's very peaceful. A lot of blues came up in the read that I just put out on the table as well. And the swords were definitely coming up again. It's, like I said, it's a reminder to know that the swords are always going to come back up in some respects. But you can't feed into that. And just know to keep balanced. Don't let yourself get too extreme one way or the other, too excited or too sad or too mad. Stay in the middle. That's the grounding that you need. Okay. So this is the past life deck. And the card is spouse. Okay. So in the meaning of this, it brings up, it always brings up the association with a past life. So someone that you had a very close bond with in a past life is probably, the person in question that you're asking about. So that's a very very calming feeling to see the spouse card come up. It have to do with a lot of things. This is a lot of people here. There's some people who will be coming into union soon, and others that it will be a little bit longer, maybe next year. So they may be your other may be dealing with spouse issues, or you may be coming into a spouse. It just depends on where you are in your journey. And then here's the Tarot of Sexual Magic. And by the way, today is the 17th. 17 is the Star card. It's an 8, which is inner power and strength, and outward strength. It's big business and big sports, that kind of thing. But in our situation, really is your inner power, your inner strength, the kindness and the love, as opposed to the forcing things. And also, today is why did I say 17? Oh, it's the 17th, but the numbers for today add up to 32, which is the 6 of Wands. So that's good news. It's also getting attention. Someone arriving. People talk about him receiving accolades as well. The traditional meaning is about good news, though. So it's a good news day today, and then with my daughter's happy face on the page, that's definitely the feeling. You can see it's a beautiful sunny day. And the card that just came out of the Tarot of Sexual Magic is the Temperance card. Okay, so just reminding us to stay balanced and don't go to to far extremes, because even if they're positive, they will swing you to the negative end of that. So remember that. And the Temperance card is 14. 14 is one of my lucky numbers. And it's my daughter's birthday. Speaking of my daughter. The bottom of this card is, or this deck is the Four of Chalices, which is about having a discussion with someone about where do we go from here. Not sure. Could be all of us having discussions with others, people you may have been partnered with, or having talks with your actual twin. The tools are there. There's a bird, looks like a, like a hummingbird. Hummingbird's listening to spread the news. There's scissors, there's a magnet, and a coin. So, you need to cut out the fray. And the magnet cracks me up, since we're magnetized. But the coin is there too. Might have something to do with horses too, because it's a horseshoe. But the coin's there too, like I said before, reminding us to clean up any lingering financial issues, or just projects that aren't quite complete that we need to do a few last things. And I believe that a lot of our missions that have come up on the feminine side, what I'm finding is that it's actually a way of clearing you by getting you to do all the things you dreamed about doing, so that when you come into union, those dreams will no longer be an issue for you, that you'll fully be able to focus on each other. And I'd love to hear comments from you guys on your perspective of that and your situation. And thank you again also for your likes, shares, and subscribes. And please comment. It's great for me to be able to read what you're thinking. This is the Romance Angels now. The Romance Angels. So the Deception card came out, which is interesting. Someone is wearing a false self-mask in this relationship. So, and this card never necessarily means something bad. It's just a deception, as in your twin isn't wearing their true mask. So maybe that becomes more apparent today. And the person with the mask on has his hand on the shoulder of the other person, like saying, don't worry. See this? He's letting the other people know it's okay. You may not see me, the real me, but it's okay. I'm taking care of things. Okay. And then there's an angel above his head, like shoving stuff in his head. All the downloads. That's pretty funny. I never noticed that before. And the bottom is forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. Okay. So again, here it is. This man is putting his hand on the woman, calming her, telling her, don't worry, it's all right. So those are two cards doing the same type of action. I'm saying don't worry. Pray and you'll be fine. Okay, now we have my Ascension deck. Which I just stopped. Okay. And Oh. So the card that dropped out is Sirius. It's number 17. Perfect for the 17th. Again, that's an 8. The star system of Sirius holds 12 of the universal keys to enlightenment and ascension. When you access and comprehend them, you become a master of the universe. This card invites you to visit the training schools and universities of Sirius in your sleep in order to develop your higher mind, access the spiritual laws of alchemy and magic, understand sacred geometry, and tune into angel sonics in higher dimensions. This is an opportunity to learn through the inner planes about spiritual technology and bring it forward for the new golden age. And the affirmation is, I am open to the higher wisdom of Sirius. Okay, so you might want to, before you go to sleep tonight, ask to connect with Sirius. And the bottom of the deck is Jesus and number 40. Okay, and Jesus, and 4 is the number of stability, and in number 0 is supposed to be God energy or source. So it's always a special thing to have a 0 in the number, and this has to do with stability and structure. Jesus came from Venus, planet of love. He was sent to Earth to carry the Christ light at a time when the energy was very low. He incarnated as an Essene and received spiritual teachings throughout his childhood and adult life. Then he underwent many invitations to prepare his energy centers to carry the vibration of unconditional love. This card reminds you that all challenging people and situations are tests to prepare you for ascension. So something might be coming up today. To pass these tests, you need to respond to them with unconditional love and balance. Remember, there is only love and Spirit's connecting with me. And the affirmation is, I respond with unconditional love today. Unconditional love, balance. And don't forget to love yourself first. Okay, and then one more is the journey of love. The journey of love. Which one? Nope, can't get it out. The card that came up is 27. The ethereal touch, or ethereal touch. And I'll read that for you. And 27 is another 9. So again, we're coming up at a lot of the end of the cycle, a lot of 8s and 9s, so the end of the cycle, which is good. And I'll read you ethereal touch. 27. Spirit is present in your very touch at this time. And you're having an impact on the world around you, particularly your close relationships, in ways that are far more profound than may immediately be obvious. The touch of your soul is ethereal, spiritual, of light and sound. It moves the heart and opens pathways of possibility through love, faith, and trust that would otherwise be impossible to access. Trust the presence of the divine in your touch, physical and spiritual. Your healing presence is making waves of love rise and stir in this world, and the divine lives and breathes through you, beloved. Remember that though the sacred temple of your body gifts you with hands through which to hold and give, it is the soul within the flesh that renders touch a sacred healing. This oracle guide, and Spirit just connected with me again, this oracle guides you to accept and embrace your healing abilities and to trust that you can feel your way through life by opening your hands to receive and taking hold of the opportunities that are presented to you. You are meant to touch the world with your spirit. And here's the poem. In a world of no coincidences and no mistakes, you were heaven sent. I thank God for the opportunity to know you, to experience your kindness, your generosity, and most of all, our love. How long I have waited to open my heart, to bare my soul, to let my power comfort and my arms hold, to let my wisdom counsel and my love awaken. While this is only the beginning, when I look in your eyes, I know. And it's on page 68, which is my twin's destiny number. One last thing I wanted to remind you, since I'm coming out with my CD, the title of the CD is called Ashes, Twin Towers to Twin Flames. It'll be available on my website, and when it's out, I'll put a link in my YouTube as well. My Facebook is under Evelyn Stainthorpe, so I'll have it posted there as well, and may get it to my LinkedIn at some point. But it'll be on iTunes and such, so if you could support me in that, it would be really appreciated. The first 4 songs are old songs from the Twin Towers time, and then the second 7 songs are from my Twin Flame journey. They all carry my third energy, so they are healing. Not sure what they will bring out for you, but they are all healing songs, so if you listen to them, it'll help you purge. And hopefully you enjoy them. And have an amazing day. I love you all, and know that everything is well, and just be you. Love yourself first if you get tested today. Stay in unconditional love, stay balanced, and love yourself first. Take care.